Hi everyone, my name is Melanie Santhikumar and I just graduated from the Dalhousie Faculty of Communication Sciences and Disorders Audiology program, so thank you for asking me to do this. You can read below for the longer excerpt of my story, but I was born and raised in Toronto, Ontario, and my parents, they came here as refugees from the small island of Sri Lanka, which is below India, in the late 80s, and no, I have never been there. But, as with many refugees, they do try to preserve their cultures. So, we grew up with a lot of that. So what it means for me to be in this moment, it's still surreal because it was a long journey. Like, I know some people have smoother paths, but it was a very long journey and I didn't think it was possible at all. And I have to say growing up, I did witness a lot of hardships, and especially for watching my moms, it really pushed me to say I wanted a better future and to, especially within education, to succeed in that way. But many, many obstacles came in the way, and I didn't know if it was possible. I do have to say it's an incredible blessing and privilege to have had an education in Canada, because even as a child, no matter what low-income neighborhood or not, I still had lots of support and encouragement from teachers. I got to do lots of academic enrichment programs, amazing extracurriculars, which I wouldn't have had the chance to do otherwise. So I'm really grateful. And I know the coordinator, she laughed when I told her this, but I really did make a vision board 3 years before coming to Dalhousie, or before being accepted into Dalhousie. At that time, I didn't know what program, but I just knew I wanted to come to Dalhousie. And I had a fake acceptance letter. I had pictures of Dalhousie, I had pictures of Halifax, and it was more like a motivation when you're doing the GREs or volunteering and working and dealing with personal problems, just to say there's hope that one day, if it does happen, I would love it. And it's just so surreal. I just wanted to also take a moment to say a big thank you to not just Dalhousie University, but the Faculty of Graduate Studies, and more importantly, all the professors in our small program at the Faculty of Communication Sciences and Disorders. The pandemic was, of course, it affected everyone. It doesn't matter who you were. And I was just so, at that time, I thought it was another obstacle and that would be the end of this education journey. I just didn't know if I could take anymore. And I'm just so grateful that all these professors, even with their own personal lives, still, kept us upbeat and in the loop and comforting us with lots of town hall meetings. Even if things were uncertain, they were working really hard. At the time, I was in my second year and we had to have placements for the summer, but of course, we couldn't do it, and they could have easily just said, that's it guys, too bad, we're done, we have to wait like the rest of the world. But they all kept trying and they just put their thinking hats on, and I just can't imagine how much hard work it was, because all of our fall courses had to be bumped up to be done as summer courses. So in the span of 2 weeks, they had to change all their lecture notes and practice using all these technology, which was so novel to us at that time. And I just can't thank them enough. Thanks to all those professors who did that for us all summer. It really kept us going, engaged, and, we graduated on time. That's just a miracle to me. And I'm really grateful. I'm also so grateful to our clinical educator coordinators, because getting placements during the pandemic is difficult enough. Lots of people were backing out, and organizing all this, they really went above and beyond, and really it was life-changing for me as well. I'm a city girl, as you know, born and raised Toronto, and I did get to live abroad and all that fun stuff, but I still desired to know what rural living was, and because I'd never done that before. So doing my placement in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, and then Thompson, Manitoba was just such an incredible eye-opener. And like I said, from my background, to say I got to live in all these provinces and see all these things is really a big blessing and privilege. So another huge thank you also to the clinical educators who stepped up during this time and said, we'll take on students even though we're dealing with uncertainties. So thank you to them. And my time in Thompson, Manitoba was unlike anything else I've ever experienced. And as I said, even with all the traveling, it was just so unique, like getting to know the Indigenous culture. I think my main exposure was probably in 6th grade, geography and history and those courses, but learning from there and seeing how reserves work and how a regional audiologist works, where you're responsible for all those remote regions and healthcare in those areas. It was really an eye-opener, and actually thanks to that experience, I also had fantastic adventures, which is also the community welcoming me with open arms. But thanks to that adventure, I'm actually at my current job now in northern Alberta, and I would never have done that, I think. I wouldn't have had the courage if I didn't get that opportunity there in Thompson, Manitoba, so I'm so grateful for that. And it's also, as I said, a testimony to the program itself that even with the pandemic, I know myself and quite a few other classmates were getting lots of job offers before even graduating. And it's just incredible. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to the faculty again. Yeah, words can't express how grateful I am. And thanks again also to all my friends and people in the community I've met along the way on this whole, 8-year journey to get here. It really wouldn't have been possible. I laugh with my friends and say it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes 5 villages to raise a Melanie. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Dalhousie. And of course, thanks be to God. Bye.